Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. We talk about men and women quite a bit, and we talk about Adam and Eve. I always mention Eve, saying it's not enough. And it was Adam's job to kind of restrain her, prevent her from doing the thing that God told them to not do. But Adam didn't do that, right? Adam gave her freedom, gave her pretty much free will to do as she pleased. And it's good. And when you think about it, when given freedom, what do they choose? Chaos. They seem to choose the worst outcome possible. That's where I see the Adam and Eve story kind of depicting almost, right? When you do not control or restrain a woman, she will cause the detriment of you and everybody else, because God punished not just her, but Adam too, and all of humanity in that story. Right? So nowadays, it's very similar. Women have no restraints. They don't have any type of cultural ties. They don't have any duties for society or the government or to men in general. No, they get to do whatever they want. And we can see it now. Overwhelmingly, they kind of screw themselves over. We see them massive tattoos, septum ring piercing, massive body counts, just because they can and want to, and they're going to do it because nobody told them they can't and shouldn't.
Guess what happened next? Give a girl unrestrained freedom and watch her become the worst version of herself. Naturally, here comes the psychobabble from disapproving women, accusing men of predatory behavior. My theory is that a reason these men don't like tattoos on women is because it's an outward sign of creative agency and self-ownership.
Right.
It signals
Creative
that the woman's
agency.
body is hers and no one else's. It aesthetically undermines and rejects men's felt entitlement to our bodies. Oh, it's an outward sign, all right, but not the one she claims. Women with tattoos are more sexually open, according to a study. Showing
100%.
skin, tattoo visibility status, egalitarianism, and personality are predictors of sexual openness among women. Women with tattoos report a greater willingness to engage in uncommitted sexual relations, as well as higher endorsement of egalitarianism and sensation-seeking relative to non-tattooed women.
We see the videos of the septum rings and the women with blue hair with massive tattoos on their necks, arms, and everything. They do tend to lean towards those things.
Endorsement of egalitarianism as well. Saw that one coming. Not big fans of patriarchy, huh?
Nope.
I wonder why. They cover up what we want to see. Who would rather look at an image of a spider in a web over a woman's skin? Men, tattoos make you look like a cheap whore. Women, actually, you're intimidated by my freedom. Even when the most obvious explanation exists, women will concoct the most complex and twisted explanation that absolves them of any wrongdoing. Amazing. By the time the plane does land, that twisted explanation usually has found its way to men are predators for this preference. It's like watching.
And it's like, we're just stating our preference. You look like a cheap whore. That's what you look like to us. And a lot of people are saying that. But no, in theory, nobody cares your theories. This is what men feel and say.
Watching someone twist themselves into a pretzel to avoid admitting the obvious. Just like this. Barack Obama to 5 million people on social media. Boy, folks, I sure do love my wife, let me tell you. Michelle Obama to 24 people listening to her podcast. My life isn't what I wanted it to be, and a lot of it is because of Barack, who is very imperfect. Well, she's secure enough in her relationship where she can talk candidly about the realities of marriage and being with one of the most powerful people alive. It's very admirable, actually. Or she's a nagging headache who's bitter that he's the one.
I felt like ashamed on that comment because it was an Asian girl, and I was just like, what?
Who achieved something historic, not her. Their twisting and distorting really comes out when they try to hold two incompatible positions at once, because dropping either one means losing the benefits attached to it. James comments, a feminist expecting traditional gender role behavior while dating is wild.
Would any men like to do the emotional labor of educating James here
Oh, emotional labor. Yeah, you've just revealed yourself. You're a feminist.
on how I could personally enjoy a more traditional relationship structure as a more feminine energy seeking more masculine energy, and still be a feminist? That would be awesome.
She couldn't even
No, you couldn't even explain it. She just said the exact same thing over
in
again.
her position herself. She had to go to men for help. Yeah, here's how that went. This creator has turned off comments. I guess she
Correct.
wasn't happy with men telling her that being a feminist entails adopting a worldview that is the antithesis of traditionalism. James'
Correct.
comment here came after he saw this video of hers.
If we match on Hinge because I liked your profile and then you just like mine back without saying anything, so we match and then you just wait for me to say something.
Incoming insult for not living up to the modern woman's
You ain't a
expectations of being a
real
real
man.
man.
I just want to let you know that I'm reporting you to Hinge for little bitch behavior. What are you talking about?
And there it is. Perhaps men went back after matching with her to take a closer look and
That was probably the best way to go about it. That's what I usually do. If I match with a girl, great, she looks cute. Let me look at her profile real quick after I matched with her.
saw the nose ring, tattoos, and angry eyes and decided they didn't want a life of nagging, emasculation, and one-sided expectations of egalitarianism. If I
Like, I mean, just looking at her, the way she looks and the way, like, the rest and everything, yeah, she looks like she's gonna be miserable to deal with.
fuck up, it's okay. I'm just a human being. If my boyfriend fucks up, it's evidence of how the patriarchy socializes men to be careless and undisciplined by not punishing them hard enough for the mistakes they make. Feminism has given women a pseudo-intellectual way to shame, insult, guilt trip, and assert their need to be right. My boyfriend is way more domestically functional and generous than I am, so I've had to start innovating new strains of feminist theory to maintain the upper hand. Recently came up
Weaponized competence?
with the term weaponized competence, twisting themselves into pretzels so that they can make it about patriarchy bad and man bad. This kind of joke is becoming popular on the left, and I think it's because on a subconscious level, they know they're all just using social justice as an excuse to create theories they can tactically deploy to grab the upper hand in social situations. Yeah,
Pretty
like
much.
theories that men prefer no
Like it's just any way to trash men and promote women.
tattoos on women because it's a sign of creative agency and self-ownership, and it aesthetically undermines and rejects men's felt entitlement to their bodies. It's so candid at this point. The manipulation gets deployed when it's useful, and a lot of times it's effective right up until
Us men are pretty easily manipulated when it comes to these types of things because we're not trained in this art of manipulation.
men notice the pattern and start trusting their own judgment instead of being gynocentric puppets.
You know, it's fine that these women want to say all these things and want to put men in this light. Men just walked away, right? That's the thing that women have caused. To men to walk away, they cause their own demise. Now men don't help you. Men don't see you as fit and feminine anymore. They just see you as a burden. And to be seen as a burden in people's eyes, yeah, people don't like you. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.